Besides that, the good courses that completely cover the knowledge you absolutely need to succeed as an artist are way too expensive. We're talking $500 and up. Can you afford that? I couldn't when I was growing up, wanting to be a professional artist. I had to learn the hard way, but you don't have to. You don't have to waste years trying to find quality teaching for an affordable price. You have finally found it. Now I sound like a damn salesman. Look, I'm not trying to. I'm just super excited about this course because it works. Okay, but what makes my 65-hour course worth buying right now? This new course, all about figure drawing and the anatomy of the human figure. Covers everything you'll ever need to know about how to draw the human figure. How am I qualified to teach you? Look, I'll be honest again. I'm not the best artist in the world. Nope, I'm sure not. But I don't have to be in order to be a gifted teacher. Now that makes me sound egotistical, but I'm only going by what thousands of students have told me. I've been teaching art for years now, and during that time, a few students asked for a refund on any of my courses. Only a few. Only a handful. I've been teaching for many years now, and for only a handful of students to ask for a refund is pretty awesome, because most products out there, you get a lot higher return rate. My return rate is very, very low because my courses actually work. I teach in a way that people can relate to. I break down the necessary knowledge you need to draw the human figure. I show how the muscles attach to the bones and why and how that is important to drawing the figure from your mind. And that's what's so important. Many of these courses lack the why this is important. Why am I having to learn this? So I take you on a journey that you can follow, whether you're a beginner or you're an advanced artist. And at the end of that journey, you will be drawing figures from your mind, and quicker than ever before. Quick enough to work as a comic artist, a storyboard artist, or a concept artist for video games and movies. Whatever kind of artist you want to be, that includes drawing the human figure. The number one reason you're struggling drawing figures from your imagination? You're not being taught correctly how to draw the figure from your mind. It's that simple. But my breakthrough teaching method on human anatomy does just that. I'm so confident this course will be the best course you've ever taken on human anatomy and figure drawing that I will refund your money if you disagree. I will even give you a free lesson from the course. A whole hour and 12 minutes for free, just for taking the time to listen to this, or read it if you're reading it. Just for considering the figure course, that's why I'm going to give you one of the lessons in the course. Just stick with me a little bit longer, and I will give you the link to watch the free streaming video lesson. If you skip and watch it first, be sure to save this page just in case you can't find it again. That way you can get the course for a great price. To become a comic artist or a storyboard artist or a character designer for video games and movies, you need to be able to draw the figure from your imagination, and you need to be able to do it quickly. Your new course will give you that required knowledge to do just that. You will finally understand the mechanics and anatomy of the figure so that you can draw from your mind. You will be able to land your dream job. You will impress your family and friends with your new drawings. Most importantly, though, you will feel good about your drawings. It is a freeing feeling to be able to draw the figure from your imagination. To me, it's the most enjoyable feeling I've ever experienced in drawing. So what does your course actually include? Well, we're going to start with proportions, because you can't draw a proper skeleton without knowing the proportions. You can't draw a proper figure without knowing the proper proportions. Then we get into the skeleton from different views, learning the bones that muscles attach to. Now, we're not going to get into really super detail about each individual bone, like this is this little crevice and that little crevice, but we have the shape of the skeleton and the shape of every bone. Believe it or not, this only takes up 3 lessons, so the skeleton's pretty easy to master. It doesn't take very long. And then also we learn later on how to reduce the skeleton into a stick figure. All right, then we go through the muscles and where they're attached. This takes up a good chunk or good bulk of the course, because it's important to know where the muscles attach on the bones. With that knowledge, and the reason why that knowledge is important is because if you know where the muscles attach, then if you move the skeletal structure around, move the arm back and stuff, you know, hey, the pectoral muscle has to stretch because it's connecting to the humerus bone, and things like this. It's important to know where the muscles attach, so don't skip that part. Also, unlike all the courses that I've watched on this subject, mine is in full color, so all the muscles is in full color painted like illustrations, so you can really see where they're going and what's happening. And that's important. You have to be able to see what's happening. Otherwise, it's kind of pointless teaching where the muscles go and where they attach to, right? Next, we go into the simplification of the skeleton. And there's many different ways you can simplify it. You already have the knowledge of the skeleton that you can simplify it yourself. You can come up with your own basic skeleton structure that works for you. But I do come up with one that I think works excellent, and you might want to use it as well. So I show you how to do that. I also show you how to simplify the skeleton so it just takes seconds to draw it. But you can invent your own, like I said. This allows you to quickly bust out poses. Then, because you know where the muscles attach, you can start to fill out the figure and make it look real. Next, we get into the mannequin. This is a simplified version of the figure, and we add form to it. Then we deal with hands and feet as separate figures because they really are. Hands and feet can take just as long to learn sometimes as the whole entire body can. And that's why a lot of people just don't draw them, because it takes a while to learn. Now we start with the most important aspect of them, the bones and the muscles and the form of the skin, the fat areas, etc. In other words, I go through the same process with the hands and the feet as I go through with the entire body. Then next I also cover the head in the same way, because the head is important. But I don't go into the detail that I do in my Master of the Head figure. That's what that's for. So if you really want to master heads and faces and be able to draw heads and faces in any kind of style you want, whether it be manga or realistic, then I recommend my head course. Then we return to the body and we add the skin, showing how it attaches and how it looks, and we add the definition, the texture of the skin. And we cover this for both the male and the female, and we point out the differences between the male and the female. Then we go through several points of the body in more detail from different angles to fully grasp those areas and how those muscles work, such as like the elbow and the knee. Those can be really hard to learn. The neck, the pecs, and shoulder area, like the deltoid and the pec and how they work together. The back and the torso when it bends forward. So we go through and we isolate these portions of the body and we draw them in different angles and at different bends and show this is how the bicep flexes and things like this. This is how the forearm looks when it's twisted over this way. This is all very important knowledge. Then we go through where fat builds up on the body, where it builds up mostly and first when a person first gains weight. We cover both, like someone that's just a little bit overweight and someone that gains a lot of weight. We cover the different types of bodies. There's really 4 different types of bodies that there are. And we cover the body types for both males and the female and show how the fat builds up and how people look different. This way you can draw any kind of figure you want and your characters will actually have character. This will make you to where you're not limited in just drawing cookie cutter characters. You can draw any kind of character you can imagine with any kind of body type you can imagine. Then the rest of the course is dedicated to drawing figures in different poses that I particularly designed to cover difficult areas of learning or logically figuring out on your own. That is, I remember the poses that, after I had all this knowledge, there were still certain poses that gave me difficulty. And so I picked those poses in particular to show how exactly the hip area looks from like underneath and how the shoulders look from on top. And there's certain poses that can be very difficult to figure out on your own. And I show you how to do all those. And also we do some character poses with large people as well, so you can see how the fat kind of changes and stuff like that. So wow, that's a lot of knowledge. It's actually 65 hours worth. That's longer than all my previous courses combined. If you've had the privilege of buying my 7-course bundle, it's only 60 hours. So this course, this one human anatomy figure course, is longer than all my other courses ever put together. And it's no fluff. It is, every bit of it is moving. And you might even have to pause it and go, okay, I need to pause this and I need to do this exercise because this is moving quickly. So, I mean, it doesn't move quickly. It moves at a good pace so you can draw along with me. But the 65 hours is a constant stream of new knowledge. It's not a repetitive. It's easily worth $500. Easily worth that. But what damage is this going to do to your wallet? Well, how about right now, for a limited time, only $40? But hold on. How about I also give you a free 1-hour bonus video? And this bonus video is going to show you how to practice sculpting the figure to see it better in 3D. And I highly recommend doing that. Why do you want to sculpt the figure in 3D? I'll tell you why right now. Because it helps you to be able to better visualize the 3-dimensionality of the human figure, so that when you're drawing it, it'll be that much easier to put down on paper. But I have one more offer right now for the first 20 people, and only 20 people. I'll let you have the course for only $25. I know I'm sounding like one of those freaking TV salesmen, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to offer you guys a great deal, and I'm super excited about this course because it is the best course I've ever produced. And in fact, I'm gonna give free copies of it to certain websites and schools, and I really think they will sponsor it because I have watched many courses. I'm a tutorial and course like junkie or something, and I've watched a lot of them. I'm telling you, in my opinion, and my unbiased opinion, even though I produce this, and I know my other courses aren't the best out there on the subject. I've seen better. They're good, but I've seen some courses that are a little bit better than mine on certain subjects. But this is the best course I've seen on the subject of human anatomy and figure drawing. So hey, that's it. I have nothing else to say. Sorry if I sounded too salesman-y. I'm not trying to. I do have a sales background, but I'm just trying to be as real as possible, and I'm excited. So hey, click here to buy your new figure drawing course. If you like, one thing I got to tell you is, if you've been searching and waiting to find a way to draw or paint the figure better, then you finally found it. And here's a neat little factoid. Most people that see an offer like this, if they don't buy it right then when they see it, they usually never do buy it. Life gets in the way. They lose that page and they can't find it again. The deal runs out because 20 people already bought it before you, and so forth. Don't be one of those people. Your new courses will absolutely change your drawing career. It's changed my drawing career. It is this knowledge and the way that I present it that changed my entire artistic career. It made me going from wanting to make money, being an artist, struggling to make money here and there. Oh, I made $20. I was really excited when I made $20 back then. To being able to land job after job after job. So don't wait. Go ahead and get this new course. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. If you do regret it, just simply send me an email. Be honest, be real with me. Don't try to rip me off. I don't rip you off. And be like, hey, the course just isn't all that, man. And I'll refund your money. It's very rare that anyone ever asks me for a refund because my courses work. All right, thank you for watching. And go get that course.